Hello everyone. This is Robyn from Heart Guided Intuition. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here yet, I hope that this reading is something you enjoy. Welcome. I'm so glad that you found my channel. And if you've been following the readings that I've been doing, I hope that you're enjoying them. And thank you so much for coming back. This is a general reading for Monday, May 11th, 2020. And some extra messages wanted to come through. I'm going to do the general reading as I usually do with the different sets of tarot cards, spirit cards, and oracle cards. But I've also pulled cards from other decks that I don't usually use for extra messages, and I'm going to do those after the general reading. So for those of you who want to stick around after the general reading, please do, because I will be doing an extra 2 different cards from oracle cards that one is a tarot and one is an oracle card that I don't normally use for an extra message for today, okay, for Monday, May 11th, 2020. So I hope everybody is safe and well, and here's the reading. This is something I say in every video that, I shuffled the cards and I've chosen them, but I haven't yet looked at them, which I haven't. And I do that because I want to shuffle them because I know a lot of tarot readers want to shuffle them on camera, and I know that can be distracting. And it also, takes time. You have to fast forward. I like to get that done first, but I like to actually look at them and turn them over while I'm on camera so that if any messages come through from Spirit, that I'm going to be able to relay the message to you directly as I'm getting them, okay? So give me just a few moments to look at the cards that I've pulled for today, for all of you, for all of us, really. Oh, wow, okay. Let's see. And I hope everybody had a nice weekend. Okay. Oh, interesting. So hold on, I'm just going to turn over. This is interesting reading. So for today, Monday, okay, a learning curve. Somebody who's studying something, that can apply to all of us. We're always learning in every area of our lives. I feel like life is this huge classroom, and we're always being given things to learn. But this card from the Spirit deck is a student card, very much a student card, and it's coming up with the 5 of Wands, which is, it can mean competition, and it can mean a little bit of struggle and having a little bit of, stress and conflict with others. It's not a terribly bad conflict. It's not a big conflict that's going to end everything. It's like competition. In some tarot decks, it's actually a very healthy competition. It's playful. It has kind of a playful, lightweight kind of feel to it. Young men kind of like just like, I'm gonna just, have this little, let's like just bop around or whatever. But I feel like here it might even mean internally, because it's coming up with the student card, something to be learned or something that you're studying. However this applies to you, something that you're studying or something that you're learning today is maybe bringing you a lot of conflicted feelings, or it might feel a little stressful. There's something today that is not so comfortable, and maybe regarding others as well. But it can mean an internal kind of struggle with yourself in regard to really trying to learn something. But it's all going to work out because I guess by the end of the day, and can also mean a student card, Page of Swords. The swords are air, thoughts, ideas, wisdom, insights, truths. So the page can be a young person or a young energy, a youthful energy, much like a student. Okay, and the Page of Swords, the sword is like a little too big for him, because he's just learning. He's learning how to use a sword. So he's learning how to have a new understanding about something, a new knowledge. Maybe he is studying something like law or something like accounting or law, anything that has to do with a lot of facts, a lot of details, organization, and spreadsheets, things like that. But I feel like he's learning, he's having a new insight about the home. The home card is coming up, the house card. So I know a lot of people are working from home. Maybe you're studying from home. And so continuing to take up that sword of learning, to take up that that clarity, that knowing, that decision that you're making to move forward at home, to study, just regardless of how conflicting it might feel, how much, whatever you might be facing with what you're studying and what you're learning. However that applies, there's this page card, and it has to do with staying at home or something, learning about something having to do with the home, but I feel like it's studying at home. Okay. Also, one card I wanted to bring up in regard to these two, the conflict and the study, just having feeling like there's I'm hearing the word barrier to being able to finish this, whatever this study is. And the guidance card on that is gray. Scan your body. And if you look at this is actually a detail of a Buddha statue. And there are some autumn leaves in here. And it's gray and white and black and all shades of gray. And it's saying, learn to scan your body. So in regard to this conflict, this inner conflict, I feel like whatever it is you're studying and whatever it is you're working on to learn something about that's causing you conflict, just make sure to pay attention to how it's affecting you physically, in your physical body. Where is it bothering you? That can also give us information too, but that's like a whole other topic. Pay attention to your digestive issues in particular. If you're being affected negatively by the stress involving the study and the barrier, I'm hearing barriers that are come up. Just pay attention, whatever helps you to heal, if it's drinking tea, a certain type of tea, something, inhaling aromatherapy or doing something that is going to help you to focus more, to kind of take a break and focus more so that you can move forward with your studies. Because this says you will move forward, you will find that way. And once you are through it, I guess, the guidance for Monday is you're going to continue pursuing those studies in a home situation, okay, which a lot of us, are, self-quarantining now, stay at home and, keeping ourselves safe. And the guidance for that is relaxation. So when you've done all the work that you can on the studies that you're working on, trying to complete something, working through any stress level, checking in with your body, making sure that you're providing yourself with healthy food, healthy drink, you're staying hydrated, taking breaks, necessary breaks. This is Ganesha, the Ganesha oracle. He's the remover of obstacles. Look at how he's like languishing in his surroundings with this crescent moon. All is well in Ganesha's world because he's allowing himself that time that everybody needs, every single human being. If we push too hard and we're caught up in fear about not doing something correctly or perfectly, even if there's a deadline, and I'm here and I'm feeling like that today, there's some kind of deadline today, or that today someone's working on some kind of a deadline, it's extra important to even if you have to work it in, time it out, 5-minute time intervals where you get up, get a cup of tea, or where you just like sit down, close your eyes and just, or do like little power naps, whatever you can do. And don't push too hard. You're going to get it done because this Emperor card is coming through. Now, this can mean a man, like a mentor, an authority figure. The Emperor card is the one who's in charge. He makes the rules. He's an authority. He is wise. He gives out very good advice. He's the one who knows how to delegate, and he's an authority figure. It can be a male, but it can also come out as a woman. Someone who is in charge of physical world matters. It can be a mentor, a teacher, someone you turn to in practical matters, who has really good, sound advice and who won't judge you, but who will be there for you as a very reliable guide. Okay? And that's coming up with the wish card. So make a wish. It's up to you. When the wish card comes up, that means that we have the power to direct our thoughts and our focus to the outcome that we want. Okay? When we hold on to that vision for our lives, or that vision of, even if it's day by day or project by project, or whatever it is you're working on, that you're studying, that you're working on understanding from home, whatever conflict is arising, the wisdom for today is take time, make time to relax. It's absolutely necessary in your being able to move forward in a very clear way, that Page of Swords, moving forward in a very clear way. And make a wish. This means it's in your hands. You're the only one who can say, I'm going to take a break now. Or also stay positive and say, I'm going to get through this. But don't do it at the expense of your health. Absolutely, by all means, when you want to go after something, stay focused and happy and positive about what you envision for your outcome, which is the Make-A-Wish card. But know that you have support. There's some kind of support coming in for you, whether it's you yourself rising to the Emperor energy. And again, I always say my readings are gender fluid, so this can apply. This is an energy. This is an energy that is an authoritative figure in being able to make sound, practical, wise decisions. Okay, so this can either mean you, or from an Emperor standpoint, make that wish of what you want your life to look like. And this can also mean that as you are envisioning the life that you're moving toward and the thing you're studying coming to a place of completion, turn to someone. If this does symbolize an Emperor personality in your life, turn to that person for guidance, because they have really good, wise, sound advice for you, and they're on your side. They're absolutely on your side. So it can mean a teacher, because the learning card came up. This can mean a teacher or advisor of some kind. So you've got that support there. And then the extra wisdom, the wisdom of the Oracle card came up of deep knowing. This is a deep knowing. And I've always felt, and I have often said, that if you're going for something, if you're making plans to do something, and you're going after it, and you have a drive to do it, and something inside you, regardless of what practical, concerns might be about time, energy, or the ability to do something, if we are feeling driven to do something, it is very likely we are able to complete it successfully. Because if we're being given the guidance to move forward on something with passion, with tenacity, that's showing you something. That to me is higher guidance, which is deep knowing. Okay, see the owl there, here, and standing on this moon with another moon behind it. I don't know. It looks like almost like this is the moon. So the moon can symbolize like fears, worries, concerns, not knowing how it's going to turn out. But this owl, the owl is wise. It's known for its wisdom, and it's not worrying. The owl is not worrying about the fears that the moon might bring up. It's not even facing the moon. It's standing tall on this sphere of closed eyes and deep knowing. This is called deep knowing. And yes, I know my camera reads things in reverse, but this is deep knowing. It's a beautiful card of knowing that you can absolutely complete this project. I want to call it a project or studies, something that you're working on today. Okay. Monday, something you're working on or completing today. The completion cards aren't coming up, but it's something about today that you're coming up to some kind of deadline. There's a deadline involved. And so the guidance is just tune in with yourself. Make sure you have everything you need for your body, eating well, staying hydrated, keep a cup of tea or water, whatever you drink that's healthy, nearby at all times. Stay hydrated. Take breaks as often as you can or need to, and really tune in with your body and how it might be affecting you, the stress level, and taking those breaks and making sure that you are well in your body and your mind, and that you're taking the necessary self-care, that doing the necessary self-care to get through this, that will help you propel you even more. Because if you stay on something so long until you're exhausted, it's harder, as opposed to it seems counterintuitive to say, oh, if I take breaks, I'm not going to have as much time to do this. But if you take breaks, it will allow that clarity of thought, and also you take care of yourself physically. Take breaks for a snack, for drinking water, for a cup of tea, whatever it is, staying hydrated, staying nourished with nutritious snacks. If you do that, you will be in a better position to then, and more clear-minded. That's what this card is about. This is about clarity. You will be able to focus even more and get your work done more efficiently and quickly, because you're taking care of yourself. There's got to be a balance, okay? Always. So for Monday, that's the guidance, that's the reading. And I have 2 other extra cards. If you would like to stay for the extra reading, please do, because I'm going to do that now. Okay, so if you just wanted that reading for Monday, that's the general reading for Monday, then just all the best to you. Stay safe and stay well. And if you'd like to stay for the extra 2 cards that I pulled, then I feel free. And again, I want to thank you for being here. And let me get those other 2 cards, which I also have not looked at, and I'll tell you what decks they're from. And if you're enjoying the readings, I appreciate every time someone clicks like and also subscribes to my channel. So thank you for that. So the first card I pulled is a card from a tarot deck called the Starman Tarot. Okay, so this is the bonus card reading for Monday, May 11th, 2020. Now let's turn it over. I haven't looked at it. This is the back, which is kind of interesting. Okay, that's the top of the card. Whoa. Prince of Cups. This is beautiful. These are wild, wild cards. The Starman Tarot. They are so intricately designed. They're actually designed by, it's either an artist or a group of artists that who designed artwork for David Bowie's, album covers. So this is really wild. Let me just take it in a little bit. Prince of Cups. So that's like the it's not the knight, it's like the page. Okay, let's say that's the page. And actually what I'm going to do, I'm not that familiar with this deck, but let me show this to you. I feel like this is the Page of Cups. I don't think he's a knight because he's not riding on anything, but then again, these images are a bit less traditional. They're a little, different. So let's look up the Prince of Cups, okay? So the Prince of Cups. I just want to know what it's about. Basically, the Prince of Cups. Okay, there's a lot of reading here. I'm not going to read it all, but the basic meaning: I artfully negotiate for the best solution. Okay, and please don't mind me reading glasses. All right. The Prince of Cups is the archetypal knight gallant. Oh, so it is the Knight of Cups. It's the Knight of Cups. A gentleman in every sense, honorable, considerate, valiant, and noble. He carries and balances the feminine. So he's holding a cup. This is the Knight of Cups. Then, so I was wrong. It's not the page. It's the Knight of Cups. I am just beginning to get familiar with this deck. It's a Grail seeker. The untainted romantic where life is filled with possibility of discovery. The manta ray, flying through the ocean, navigating the different depths, teaches us how to dig within ourselves and observe our emotions with a calm gracefulness, honoring the different levels of our being and the world around us. I'm going to hold this up as I read so you can see them. It takes real effort and concentration and even courage to keep a flame of exuberance alive in our hearts. Instead of seeing ourselves adrift in a hostile world, we can look and see that everything carries a message to guide us to our most powerful possibility. This, in essence, is the elixir, the medicine, the Holy Grail, not an object with miraculous powers, but rather a way of being in the world. Once you begin to see things this way, the world literally changes before your eyes. Most of us reach a point when we must consciously choose and create a discipline of consciously choosing. Albert Einstein suggested we examine the most fundamental nature of life when he said, "The most important question you can ever ask is if the world is a friendly place." Every time we resign ourselves to the opposite, we leave behind the spark of life that can be astounded by something new and unexpected. Okay, so this is a card about rising to the challenge, attaining an emotional goal, poetic and romantic. So, in going with, in matching up with Monday's message of taking the stress of learning something and, using Ganesha's wisdom, okay, to move forward in a way that is insightful. Say, yes, I will take up that sword. I know it's big, but I'm going to do it. Having faith and confidence in yourself. Being the emperor, embodying that energy of, I have wisdom. I know how to do this. I can do this. And when you see it in that way and you allow yourself to rest and take, because the emperor, is he going all the time? He sleeps at least 8 hours a night because he knows that's important for his decision making. People come to him. People turn to him for wise advice. What does he need to do in order to be okay so that he can do his job well? So this, whether this applies to a person that you have in your life who's a mentor, guide, teacher, whoever it is, or it can apply to you embodying this energy. This card from the Starman Tarot is really saying it's how you see it. If you choose to focus on, the positive, the beauty, the joy, why are you doing what you're doing? And also, do you believe in yourself? Like I said before, if you have such a drive and tenacity to get this done, you're going to be able to do it. Okay? So self-care while you're doing it and holding on to that vision of, yes, I can. I can absolutely get this done. It's a matter of taking a softer approach. The Knight of Cups is very gentle. It's an offer. It's an energy, an offer to embrace the energy of the cups, which is softer, kinder, gentle, a gentle way. Okay? Do that with yourself today, and it will help you to really get through what you're working on. Okay? And there's one more card as an extra bonus card for today. I just felt like these cards wanted to come out. Not just these cards wanted to come out. I didn't look at this one yet. Not only that the cards wanted to come out, but that there were extra messages. There are people going through a lot of different things right now. Obviously, in our time, we're all having different circumstances and different ways we're dealing with it. Different things we're working on, different things we're choosing on how to move through our life in the best way possible, depending on our circumstances. So, wow. Okay, I chose a card from the Rumi deck. The Rumi deck is all my decks of cards, I feel they're very sacred. They are blessed. I ask them to be blessed whenever I'm working with them regularly. I thank them for working with me. I thank the cards. I thank my helping spirits for being able to deliver Spirit's message to you. The Rumi deck is a really special deck, and there are always very intricate messages in these cards that it's a little bit longer to read, but it's always worth reading. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this card came up for today, okay? From nothing to everything. Look at that. Beautiful card. From nothing to everything. It almost looks like the Aurora Borealis. And to me, also, I almost see a figure here holding the world. So it feels like creation. Now, this is just me reading the card without reading the booklet yet. I'm going to read part of the booklet because for the Rumi cards, it's really important, actually. The way that the meanings are worded in the booklet it's beautiful. It's very loving, very caring, and I found this deck to be really, really on, and not only on and accurate, but I would have to say very loving. It's like they're very supportive of whatever you're going through, whatever these add such a deep, deep loving insight. So I'm going to read a little bit from this Rumi oracle. Okay. Let's see. Give me just a minute while I get it. So let me show you from nothing to everything. And this alone, what the card is saying, from nothing to everything, the message so far for today, the student deciding to get through and taking care of themselves, whatever the student means to you, whether you're actually studying something or you're working through something that you're learning to master. You're taking something yourself and you're acquiring a new resource, which is knowledge and wisdom, and applying it. So from not knowing, you're going from not knowing to knowing, and then you're going to be able to apply all the knowledge that you are attaining right now through your hard work and your perseverance and self-care, okay, and balance. From nothing to everything, which is a beautiful affirmation of what today's message has been. And I'm going to read a little bit from the booklet, okay? 16. And please don't mind me while I put my reading glasses on. 16, okay? Let's look at what this card has to say to everybody. If this reading resonated with you. And this, in the Rumi oracle, when I read the messages, it will sound like Rumi is speaking to you, okay? Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. And that one, there's a lot more, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read bits to you. Become a blank page, a book, learning. If you are longing to be written on, if there's something you want to learn, if there's something you want to experience or become in life, become a blank page. Be open. Be willing to receive the knowledge that is being offered to you and the knowledge that you're seeking. Okay. There is a greater story to be impressed upon your essence than the one you are currently dreaming up. Though you are brilliant, no doubt about it, there is one who is even more so. The imagination of this great writer is beyond our comprehension. The stories that pour faith from that cosmic poet in every moment are so rich that they inspire the creation of art and music. One such story is especially created for you. Yes, you, with a starring role and all the best supporting cast. You shall gasp in wonder, awe, glee, and delight when you hear it. Okay? Okay, there are moments on the path of love that seem to focus on letting go. And it doesn't have to just mean love. It can mean any area of our life where we have to let go of the old in order to receive the new. Letting go of identities, of knowledge and certainty, of opinion, and even attempts at control. We may feel as though we are being stripped back at our core, and even then, perhaps further still. We may wonder if we can bear it. What shall, if at all, remain intact through these rigors? We may feel challenged every time we attempt to become something great, as though we are blocked by circumstances beyond our control. Again and again it is as though a greater hand smacks our wrist the moment we try to take hold of something firmly, someone, anything, that brings us certainty or inner stability. Such are the rigors at an advanced stage on the path. We meet this challenge when our soul is ready for it. Okay? So there's a lot more here. Perhaps we still don't get the hint and move into struggle as we try to enact what we think our story should be. We may hit obstacle after obstacle and create even more terror in our storytelling, that life is such a pain, a struggle, that success may not be for us, that we are forgotten and unheard. Yet we could equally choose to wonder if obstacle after obstacle, closed door after closed door, is just a prompt to look for the open window to climb through. And if so, instead of seeking to impose our small story upon the great truth, we can live the truth of our divine destiny. Then something magical happens. We participate through presence, along with the unfolding story of our soul journey. We open up to whatever is asked of us, presented to us, happening through us, as we choose each day to come alive as much as we can. Then, as if by magic, there is something else that occurs. That would be grace. Real, rich, dripping with goodness and sustenance. Grace. This is the sacred blessing that enables us to pay attention to opening doors rather than closing ones. The divine assistance that lets us know our life is proceeding according to a greater intelligence and plan. What you're working on, and that emperor energy that presented itself in the reading, embody that and trust it. Once we stop thinking quite so much and live day to day, we will be blessed with the realization that our individual life story is so much more extraordinary and perfect than anything we could have summoned, even with our wildest imagination. This oracle comes with guidance for you. You are being asked to let go to receive, to become empty, to be filled. This may mean letting go of an attachment to whatever that might mean to you, whatever you're most attached to right now. It may mean no longer holding on to a fantasy of your dream job, but of being guided into your most soulful and successful vocation. So for those of you who are moving into a new, whether it's new studies, new work, this is the card of, and you worked hard for it because that student card came up. You are being guided to your most soulful and successful vocation. Okay? It is the divine paradox that when we are asked to surrender, it is because reality is knocking at our door. So this is, with the delivery of what we have been fantasizing about in the best way for us. It's appearing in the best way for us. The human experience of this paradox is that you may feel that you are giving up hope. It may be painful and bringing you grief, but all that is dying is your attachment and opinion about how it must be. This needs to happen so you can stop dreaming and start living it. This is what is happening for you now. Do not fear any part of your process. Embrace it without expectation, with trust in your heart that the divine is simply guiding you from fantasy to fulfillment. So, wow, what a beautiful message. And it's about that surrender and letting go of that striving, whatever it is you're working on in your life, and the vision you hold for your life that we talked about in, the general reading. These were extra messages about taking a softer approach. These two beautiful extra messages, really allowing a softer, more flowing, gentler approach with yourself and also with life, allowing what comes to come. Whatever you're working on, be a little gentler with yourself as you're doing that, and hold your vision, because you've had a vision that you're working on something, you're working towards something, and you're building something. It may seem, and maybe you're hopeful about it, but whatever it is you're feeling about it, it's going to be even better than you imagined. There's a reason why you're working so hard on this. But please, this is asking you to have more faith, because even though you've made a very wise decision with whatever you're working toward, it's going to be even greater and even better for you than anything you've had previously. You're being guided in the right direction. That's what I'm just hearing, is like, yes, this is the right direction. Wow, these were big messages for you for Monday, May 11th, today. So whatever worries, concerns, struggles you might be feeling, just keep going and allow yourself to keep going in a softer way. Okay? Take the steps, but go gently, and take breaks when you need them, and have a faith and a knowing that you're being guided towards something that's a much better match for what you were made to do in this lifetime. Much better match. Okay? So I hope that was helpful to you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. And thanks for coming to my channel, and thanks for subscribing and liking the video. And I just wish everyone well. Have a beautiful Monday and a beautiful week, and be well and be safe, and may you have everything that you need. Okay? Peace, love, and blessings to all of you. Okay?